Hey, folks, it is Friday. It is 5 p.m. Eastern, which I believe is 3 p.m. West Coast. Please use the same time zone. It's the Slightly Buzzed show. We are grabbing a drink of choice or a non-drink of your choice. You choose, as always. And today we are again talking about the Delphi case. As you might know, Rick Allen's appeal is up for oral arguments September 21st. I will be there. I will be flying over September 10th. I will be traveling down to Delphi, Indiana. I will also travel down to Flora, Indiana for the Flora 4 case to film a bit, hopefully for a documentary of sorts about what happened and especially what didn't happen. And also up to Hamlet, Indiana for finding Fossler, the Arkansas 60, almost 70-year-old man who had his way with a child and then got yeeted for it by child's father. The child's father, that case is dismissed, will not be brought against him ever again. Now I'm going to try to find out as much as I can, how could he have 40 plus years of grooming, raping, and other things without being caught? And it all started in Hamlet, Indiana, where he was a police chief and school resource officer in the 80s and 90s. So that is what I have for you that is going on late. Folks, welcome to the show.
Santa Claus, riding in with the winter laws. Santa Claus, streaming live for the roaring masses. Ho, 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 raise them horns, old Judge King in a crown of thorns. Santa Claus, streaming live for the roaring masses. Santa Claus, Santa Claus, Santa Claus, Santa Claus.
All right. And my drink of choice at the moment is an Innocent Gun single malt cask beer. And yeah, this can go really, really good, really, really bad, or both. Speaking of both, hello to my first guest. It is Mo!
A little bit sweet, a little bit dangerous,
Yeah,
all
yeah,
fits.
yeah, you know. And also, for the second time in history, Rally for Rights, Rally for Rick. Hello.
Hello.
Hey.
Thank you for having
There you are.
me.
There you are.
Yeah.
Good
Still
to see you.
figuring it out.
Still
I'm getting
figuring
there.
Yep.
We still are too. Like,
Yeah.
we'd like
Yeah,
to
I've been
pretend
doing
that we
this-
know stuff.
Yeah, I've been doing this for 4 years. Let me know if I will let you know when I'm figuring this out.
Deal.
Oh, and yeah. First of all, as my dear audience always reminds me of, Mo, who are you?
Hi, I'm Mo in the Deep End. I have a morning stream at 8 a.m. where we do touch on the headlines that you need to know, but mostly it's, where is Carol Baskin? Why is there a lion on the loose in Indiana? Why is it, have a blue harness? Things like that. So that's what we do at 8 a.m. And then I am covering the Lindsay Clancy trial right now. With as much grace, dignity, and nuance as the internet will allow, and my sanity will allow.
Yeah, everybody should. If you are a morning person, it depends on what you count as morning. My alarm bell goes off at 4:15 a.m. in the morning. Mo isn't live until 8 a.m., so that would be, oh, really? Morning. But if you're a morning person, if you're on a commute to and from work and you have 50 minutes up to an hour to spare, Mo's morning show is
Yes, and I'm doing a
interesting.
bit of a craftcation after the Lindsay Clancy case, so I do have a secondary craft channel, and basically mornings with Mo, bigger, longer, weirder, and then I am crafting the rest of the day. So
Nice. All right. Rally for rights, rally for Rick. Now, share what you want about yourself.
Okay. All right. So I'm Natalie, the coordinator and spokesperson for Rally for Rights. I'm a co-coordinator for Rally for Rights, Rally for Rick. That's going to take place at the State House on September 21st from 7:30 a.m. till 9 a.m. I'm working hard with the people at the State House to get Nick to be able to speak and get in right away. So I'm working on it. But I just hope that you all can come. Our objective is to get at least 100 people at the rally. And it's all about due process, right? That's our objective. And to just use Rick's story and also the Flora 4, because they both happened in Carroll County. So that says something to me about Carroll County. But we want to fight for Rick and fight for us all for fair trial. That's our objective, not any pointing of fingers or anything like that, simply for fair trial and due process.
Yeah. And that brings us into our first subject of today. I will bring it up. For those who don't know, there's been some issues with the filings from the state in Rick Allen's appeal, because, as you know, the appeals court have they get sent the entire transcript, all the evidence, all the things, all the rulings. I mean, everything, in order for them to take a look at the appeals brief, the reply brief, the state's whatever's, so that they can take this informed decision. As it turns out, the state is playing games again.
what are the
They sent corrupted files to the Indiana appeals court.
To be fair, the internet here stinks. We are just now getting the Commodore 84 into government. So, give us time. When we discover Oregon Trail, it's going to be lit.
Yeah, but the specifics here is it was the exhibits III, HHH, and KKK. And those exhibits are kind of important. I mean, had it been other files that wasn't in the briefs, then they might not have. But these three, if I remember correctly, are directly linked to the appeal. So it's kind of really, and this is not the first time this has happened. That the court reporter Jody for George Francis Gull has done shit. Let's just say that. They waited over 6 months before actually filing the transcript so it could be purchased or something from us so we could go through it, which is, in my opinion,
and then
was...
they tried to make it cost prohibitive for any normal person. I mean, we were looking at crowdfunding, and thanks to everyone who donated and, to get these transcripts out, because, it wasn't easy.
Yeah. But then Jody went on vacation and her replacement said, yeah, here you are.
I mean,
no, we don't charge.
it
really?
did work
You don't?
out.
It did work out. But also in these trial transcripts, I've said this before, I will say it again, there are things missing. You can clearly see on certain events where, okay, this is the line of questioning, and then next page, something completely different. Without any, the court is on recess, not any, the we will resume at this time, nothing, just really. And that transcript is supposed to be the same that the appellate attorneys got. I don't think it is, because that would have been
Well, would there have been things that would have been kept back from the public if they were considered too graphic, or if the victim's family asked for that? Because I was wondering if maybe, as much as I'd like to say they're nefarious, buttholes, incompetence is also a very big
true. But in this enormous file, I mean, what was it? 14 volumes of transcript. It was always said redacted.
Yeah.
So
there is just so many hinky things about this case.
Yeah. But well, what then happened was this, because the appellate court said, really, here is what you're going to do. By this date, it shall be filed with the clerk of Carroll Circuit Court, and then it will be at us, because since Gull is not Carroll Circuit Court judge,
no,
she was
she's
specially
Allen.
appointed. Yeah, she's from Allen. She's from Allen County, so it first has to go from her court via the Carroll Circuit Court, and then up to the appeals court. So they got strong, very, very strong wordings in there. Yeah, you need to get us this. And as of filed August 25th, it became public on the docket today. Notice of filing of supplemental exhibit volume. Jody, the court reporter for Judge Gould, hereby notifies the parties pursuant to Appellate Rule 11A, and the supplemental exhibit volume ordered in this case has been prepared and certified and is complete, consisting of exhibits III, HHH, and KKK. First of all, it's really, really ironic in Delphi to have an exhibit named KKK.
It is one of life's little absurdities that makes me giggle.
Yeah, because for those who don't know, in the United States there used to be an organization called KKK. It was slightly biased against non-whites.
Just a scotch.
Just
they didn't like Catholics either, so
no, yeah. And one of the last KKK rallies in the United States was in Delphi, Indiana, in 1987. This was an organization that was more or less gone by the end of the 1960s. Not in Delphi. Not in Delphi.
Well, yes and no. I mean, localities don't ask Andrew Tate and his brother to come to them. But so it's kind of like the same thing. I mean, I'm just saying, you can't blame a place just because Andrew Tate moves there, allegedly in Minecraft. Look, I don't want the Tates coming after me.
No. Well, they are currently incarcerated, and Andrew is having a hissy fit over the conditions in jail. Oh no, he has a roommate.
Oh, Corey Richins, did he Google rich people jail? Is that what we're dealing with here?
Oh, and he's not being fed properly. He's claiming, "Oh, I will die by scurvy."
You don't die by scurvy. I mean, you lose toenails and you do get really sickly, but
this absolute, according to himself, alpha male. And this is because I looked through, because sometimes I'm a bit masochistic, and I look through this alpha thingy. Oddly, none of these alpha male or I live in my mom's basement says to him to man up. It's not supposed to be a vacation. None of them. I find that's kind of strange that because that's the normal jargon from
Oh,
these
see, I
people.
would have just
Toughen
told him
up.
to.
It's not a vacation.
I'd have
But
told
it
him to
seems like,
manifest freedom.
yeah, it's more or less, no, you can't treat him that way. He's our hero. And just for that reason, I went to the liquor store today. I think you know what I'm about to bring forward here. I found a beer that is so suited for this.
If you
It's
don't bring one of them to Indiana, I don't even drink beer, and I will drink the heck out of that beer.
The beer is called Super Gay Horse. Now it does look Italian to me. I don't know.
What do you have chest hair?
Yes, the Super Gay Horse has chest hair.
So the gay horse is more of a bear and not a.
Uh,
I have so many questions,
yeah,
none of which
it
are
ca- it-
appropriate.
when I went through the beer aisle, I just dun, 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 dun. Huh? What was that?
Oh, I
and-
would have bought a
And
bunch
then I
of
had
them
to go
too.
to the left, to the right, and then I've taken one of those. Now, if I change after I drink this beer, let me know.
Ooh.
And I don't know if I can bring beer on a plane.
Oh yeah, you probably. I don't know.
Because in the bag compartment
Oh yeah, that
on the
probably
plane,
wouldn't.
it's not pressurized, so it might.
That'd be terrible. Because then they'd be like,
Everything
"Sir, why did you-"
Everything will be gay in the luggage.
They'll be like, "Why did you pack a gay horse beer?" I'll have to see if it's available in America.
Yeah, that is why I'm now preparing via beer that has been in a whiskey barrel, because I think I need to boost my manliness before I drink from the Super Gay Horse.
I have so many people I want to send that to.
Yeah. I have a friend that is chronically scared of getting hugs from men because he thinks it's gay. Yeah. I accidentally, when you can put in orders, send this home to me, I accidentally put his name and address on a stick pack.
That's good.
This is why we're friends. This is
Yep.
why we're friends.
Don't tell me your weakness.
Yeah, really. It's not a good idea.
His wife will be absolute. She will be laughing her ass off. I can promise you that.
We wives usually find this much funnier than they do.
Yeah. Oh. Oh, yeah, classy. I need to see if it's in Australia. Yeah. Oh. Now, where were we? Yeah, okay. There it is. Yeah. Yeah, we were debating KKK. Yeah, I know that. The supplemental physical exhibit volume was sent via Federal Express shipping tracking number, and we now know via the tracking number that it is in Delphi. So it's now getting sent to the appeals court. But I would reckon the appeals court are not happy about this because apparently they have spent some time going through the exhibits that has been brought in the appeals brief, and them finding these corrupted files. Now, generally, it is really good, in my opinion, could be a little bit bad, but it is really good that the appeals court seemed to really dive into this case.
Yeah, that's what I'm reading between the lines, and it looks like they are being diligent. This isn't a cursory look through. This isn't we're gonna kinda, skim over the top. This is we have taken a fine-tooth comb, and we have questions, and we need
Yeah.
answers to those.
The one thing that worries me is why are they really thorough because they want to have the best informed decision possible, or how can we make this go away?
Yeah, I'm worried about the CYA aspect of it because if they do, say that this was a terrible case, this many people are going to be held responsible for this, and I don't know that Delphi, Carroll County, Allen County is ready for the fallout.
No, because I've been preparing for a video where I go through the possibilities of this being a landmark case, where the appeals court decides to this third-party culprit standard that we have in Indiana, we need to enforce. We need to adjust that, and it's a lot of law to read through, but it basically is a three-pronged test for the state. What I would like to see as a Rick Allen standard for third-party culprit defense, and it doesn't go towards the defense; it goes towards the state or the court to deny it. They have to find these three things to even be able to deny a third-party culprit defense.
Yeah, because that's not something that we've run into only with the Rick Allen case. We ran into it with the Zachariah Anderson case. The standards to get, I believe it was oh God, what kind of hearing was it in Wisconsin? I forgot the name.
We can
Daubert?
ask. No, not Daubert.
No.
It is a specific Wisconsin standard.
Dave.
Because Dave,
I know he's in Michigan.
Yeah,
but he knows things.
Yeah, but he made a video where he turned
Denny
it over.
Motion.
Denny Motion. Thank you, Denny Motion. Yeah, because the Supreme Court says, a third-party culprit defense is you are actually allowed to have it, but in a Denny Motion up in Wisconsin, you have to prove to the court that the third party had means, motive, opportunity. Well, if you can prove that, why then he should be charged? I mean, third-party culprit is they missed this, and the defense relies solely on what the state have provided to the defense. So, yeah, it's absolutely horse shit. But in Indiana, the nexus standard, which is solely under the discretion of the judge to decide what is a nexus, even though there are examples. This is nexus, which is including but not limited to DNA, which is okay. Could have somebody said their DNA might be on the crime scene, like Elvis Fields, who said, if my spit is found on the victims and I can explain it, am I still in trouble?
Yeah, how did that? I can't. Nick, I can't. I mean, if you read the Franks motion, and I know both of you or both of us have, it is legitimately gobsmacking that Richard Allen, of all people, was pulled in.
Let's see here.
Now,
Nice. Oh,
have they checked, or do you know if, as the files go to Delphi, 1 second, got to do
mm.
mom stuff?
No worries. Classic. I can't DM you on X, so I can't. I can't send you a link. Oh, should I? Yeah. Let me. Classic. If you want to, here's the link to join. If you want to join, because I can't send you an DM on X.
Oh,
Yeah. Saying I think Brad Holder was an informant. Yeah, I made a couple of videos, or at least one, where I point out what actual signs there are that Brad Holder was a confidential informant regarding the local PD or even the FBI looking into the Odinists.
yeah, and that's the other thing. I would really like to get my hands on the FBI files, because I think that is where the real, theory of this case lies. And it was ignored. And I'd really like to know what the feds had in there, because it's not often that a local, very small police force turns away the FBI in a double homicide.
All I think Westfall was not Holder. The same arguments goes towards both of them, I must say. It could be either one of them. It could be either one of them.
Well, and as close as they were, they could both have been in it. I mean, you've got to think Westfall and Holder are used to kind of bamboozling and skating through life. If one becomes a confidential informant and is like, hey, this is easy money and I can stay out of trouble, don't you think one would brag to the other? I mean,
yeah, the only people we actually heard regarding Brad and Patrick confessing is through family. Because in this tight-knit group of white supremacy diaper Nazis cosplaying as Acer believers, they don't talk. It's a cult of sorts, or gang of sorts. Let's see here. So, yeah, I know. According to X, this account is suspended from using X chat. When I tried to send you a link, Classic. So, what did you do? What did you do? So, well, now you know if you didn't know before. Now where were we? Yeah, okay. So, yeah, this. One of the things I'm scared of, now, regardless of which option it is, the appeals court said 30 minutes each, which is unusual. And then you have this, you sent us corrupted file. Correct that at once. That but I have to say I'm hopeful.
This is more positive movement forward and getting eyes on this. And I very much like that the Rally for Rights, Rally for Rick is about due process, because that's something we can all get behind. You might not be able to, get behind Rick Allen or things like that, just for different reasons, but we can all agree that we deserve due process. That's what sets our system apart from the Old West justice. That's how we get, sound minds, and the best form of justice is to not be, overridden by passion and things like that. The process is the process, and it's slow and it's tedious. So it gives us that time away from the incident to kind of logic, procedure. This needs to be found. This needs to be found.
Yeah. Let's see here. So I don't. There. Now, folks, as per I keep forget we are half an hour in. We do have the Wheel of Regrets at play here, which is not abnormal. But folks, Big Nick here, Santa Claus. Do need some gas money because I will be traveling around Indiana quite a lot. Now, I paid for the trip. I paid for the hotel, paid for the car. Everything is already paid. Some of the money that you supported me via PayPal has been used for that purpose, as I said it would. Same with the Buy Me a Coffee. I have used that as well. So I'm eternally grateful. I would have gone there anyway because the surplus from the entire year of doing this channel goes to me vacationing in the United States. I've been doing it. This will be my third year. First year, I did a cross-country drive through the United States. I posted videos. I visited things. I covered cases. Last year, I went to
Was it
Utah. Yeah. And then down to Miami, where again, sent you guys videos, all the things, covered cases. And this year, Indiana, because of the Delphi case. And so, if you wouldn't mind, and as this is what I have. GD says, direct individual $50 donations, super chat, gifted memberships, PayPal or buy me a coffee, and you pick my poison. Combined 50 gets a spin on the Wheel of Regrets. And I have a new thing on the Wheel of Regrets because I started going more in the Flora 4 case. So, 4 roses. Because I think it's kind of symbolic. So this has now been added to the Wheel of Regrets. So if you wouldn't mind, deeply appreciated, absolutely never demanded or necessary. Today's economy is what today's economy is. If you're choosing between bread and me, choose bread. This is for, you're going to Starbucks on the way to work and back from work. If you wouldn't mind, hand one of those Starbucks money this way. That's all. That's the entirety of my grift. I will not park my ass on a random parking lot saying, "Where's this person?" and be showered with money.
Wait, that was an option? Because I've been like doing shows and pulling stories and learning stuff.
Yeah, also something I will go through tomorrow because friends of ours have been sued by this a person that has been was convicted in the 1990s, 2000s, and the 2010s, and has currently criminal cases against him. That's his grift.
And thanks for covering that. I've been kind of drowning in. I'm kind of a one case at a time person, especially with the live cases. So I haven't been able to keep up on that. But it is nice to know that we're keeping up and keeping, our friends, all of that going.
Yeah, this certain someone is now suing this specific person. Has a legal address in Florida. He filed the lawsuit in Arizona against a person living in Australia. Okay. If he claims he was defamed and damaged in Florida, what the fuck are you in? Why are you in Arizona filing this? And if the alleged defamation originated from Australia, that's the jurisdiction. So yeah, but it's lawfare. This specific person is doing this to spend their time and resources. Because if you're making on average over $1,000 a day in supers and stuff on his live shows, yeah, he can afford it. But he's still doing this pro se. And as soon as this hits the docket, I'm going to do a reading of it because I suspect it is AI garbage, which is in line of almost every lawsuit he has ever filed in his life. I read a bunch of them already, not on stream, but I read a bunch of them. I found it especially interesting when he alleged to be the uncle of a school shooter. I found it extra interesting when he alleged to be the actual murderer in prison, suing the surviving victim for $25 million as a joke. I find that really interesting.
Humor is a subjective thing, but they're generally subjects you don't joke about.
So it will be interesting. And I actually made an official forewarning. Hey, mister, I will read your words in this filing that you swore were truth, that you now have published for the public, and I will give my opinion on those. So if this person sues me, first of all, good luck. It's even harder to sue me over here than it is to sue somebody over in Australia, because you need to get the feds involved. State court cannot. Well, you can always file it.
Now, I did have a question about the files. Do they get checked at every station? So, like, as they left Allen County, they checked them to make sure that she'd actually done the correct job and, they actually worked? Or is it one of those things?
The original filing is supposed to be regarded by the court as the truth. And it has to be replied to in some way, shape, or form. In Hella's case, I would imagine that her filing will be, it's not the correct jurisdiction. I'm not served at my place of residence. And hiring somebody, a process server in Australia, might also be something interesting. Hey, Ray from Dallas. Hey. I'm in car, I'm not driving, I can come on like, show up in any way, shape, or form you like, but be dressed. I mean, you can. Now, of course, this is Delphi. Delphi, folks. They sometimes squirrel, and we get distracted. Now, we were supposed to talk about today the things regarding Rick Allen's arrest. And
do you have the probable cause affidavit? Because I remember that being, at least apart from the news releases, I remember all of us wanting to know what they had on Rick Allen. And then it was one of the first probable cause affidavits I'd ever read. And I remember texting you or messaging you and saying, does this look weird to you? Because I think that's how you kind of came on to Delphi.
Yeah, here it is. State of Indiana versus Richard Allen. Probable cause affidavit. Yeah, we can go through this. I, the undersigned affiant, submit the following. Hey, Ray.
Hey, Mr. Sorrow. Hey, beautiful Mo and beautiful R
Hi.
for R. And salute to everybody in the chat. I apologize, man. It's been a busy day, Mr. Sorrow, and I'm sincerely sorry.
No
It's
need to
okay.
apologize. I know that Fridays are busy for many, many people. The only I'm doing it's 5 p.m. Eastern time. It is 11 p.m. My time, and usually I'm very, very free. And yeah, so folks have families. I've heard and obligations. So I'm perfectly fine with any way, shape, or form people going to show up. Always grateful. Always grateful.
Man,
Now,
and I'm grateful for you allowing me to come on this platform. Thank you so much, sir.
no worries, no worries. Now we are going through the probable cause affidavit that was the reason for Rick's. Which one of these is it? Yeah, it's a probable cause affidavit. I don't think this is for the search or if this is for
No,
the actual arrest.
this is for the actual arrest, but
Yeah.
it's here that because in the
Mm,
narrative, in the italicized,
yeah.
where things started not adding up because
Oh
we got
yeah.
the different and we got because this is where I said, Nick, why did the PT Cruiser come up and then none of these
Yeah.
are his car? Where are we going with this? And I was really, really new to trials and stuff.
Yeah.
And I thought, well, maybe I'm just not reading this right, or
Mm,
maybe
mm.
so I sent it to you and you were like, "What in the hell is going on here?"
Yeah. Yeah, I read. When this is several years ago, I read through this on a stream, but I do know finding some of these. I mean, and we will get there, folks. We will get to where Jerry Holman claimed in a probable cause affidavit that a PT Cruiser, a Mercury Comet, is substantially alike a Ford Focus.
There was also a potential smart car or
Yeah,
a mini SUV.
yeah.
There were and look, I'm not a car person. I honestly, my dream car would be a purple PT Cruiser, which make of that what you
Mm,
will. But I do know that none of these cars look alike. If it were
yeah.
a generic sedan, I could understand because I wouldn't be able to say I'd be like, "It looks
Mm,
like a Ford Focus," or something like
mm,
that.
yeah. And then suddenly, when it became closer to trial, they found this footage of a car driving by roughly at the right time. That was a hatchback. And they said, well, you can see it on the rims. And it's like, fucker, the car is half a mile away on a blurry security camera. You can't see shit on it. It was
Oh, they
so
said they could.
insane.
I'm sorry. So they said
Oh.
they could see the car clear, and it was that far away, Mr. Sorrow.
I don't remember if they cleared it up or I don't actually remember if they cleared that one up. I don't think so. They might have. I don't take anything out
And,
when it
and,
comes
and they
to
said the PT Cruiser looked like a Ford Focus, right?
yeah.
What type of drugs are they on in Indiana? And I ain't talking about all the good people. I'm just talking about the
Mm,
sons of Biscuits who did this to Richard Allen.
yeah.
Well, what
And
about the judge? The judge that read this and said, "Yeah, that seems like logical. This seems like
mm,
a standard that I," because it is a lowered standard, for a probable
mm,
cause affidavit.
mm,
But there is some sort of standard that you
mm,
have to link certain causal facts to the person at hand, or
yeah.
it doesn't make any sense.
Mm. Yeah, and also in this, there are blatant lies, which is this is one of the appeals issues, is that they lied in this probable cause affidavit about Sarah Carbaugh and her uh, how her story evolved. But we will get there. Let's see. I, the undersigned affiant, submit the following information as a sworn affidavit setting forth the facts and circumstances known to law enforcement of Carroll County as the basis for probable cause to arrest without a warrant or to establish probable cause for issuance of an arrest warrant for the above named defendant. That the facts and circumstances described below would be sufficient basis for a person of reasonable caution and prudence to believe that the accused has committed or attempted to commit the offenses described, and if arrested without a warrant, such would be authorized under that rule. That the hearsay statements of witnesses contained here are considered reliable and credible due to the witness' personal knowledge and or are corroborated by the totality of the circumstances. And they go through the crime in itself.
Now, here's where it gets interesting. So through interviews, they go through, they give a timeline, but then some of that timeline it didn't say consistent. And I get that facts are going to, or your understanding of the facts are going to change as you investigate.
Yeah.
But
and through interviews, reviews of electronic records, and review of video at the Hoosier Harbor store, investigators believe victim 1 and 2 were dropped off across from the Mears farm at 1:49 p.m. on February 13th by Kelsey German. The Mears farm is located on the north side of County Road 300. And near the entrance to the trails. The video from victim 2's phone shows that 2:13 p.m. victim 1 and victim 2 encountered a male subject on the southeast portion of the Monon High Bridge. The male ordered the guys down the hill. No witnesses saw them after this time. This there is actually correct. The video in itself says a lot more than that.
yeah, and that's also very upsetting because to be a citizen of Indiana, you were asked, the police constantly ask for our help. And then the fact that this is what they go with, that we have been constantly asked for help, and then we aren't given anything else but guys go down the hill and then sketches that don't match each other.
Yeah, there's so much wrong here. No outgoing communications were found on victims' 2 phone after this time. This here is actually kind of a lie. No outgoing communications, because there were already then, at the time, they knew or should have known about the plugging and unplugging of the microphone or the headphone. I mean, it's...
Hey, Mr. Sorrow, can you say
Yes.
what you said again before? Because, this the part I don't... This would really, gets me, at the level of as angry as you could be. When I found out about, they didn't do that with the phone plug. What did you say before that? I'm sorry, my phone cut out.
Now, according to this affidavit, no outgoing communications were found on victim 2's phone after this time. Now, which is kind of true. She didn't try to call or text anybody, but it's interesting that the wording of this is she didn't try to reach out. But there were a lot of ingoing attempts of communication. And you had things done to the phone long after 2:13 p.m. So the wording of this in this affidavit is they are omitting a lot of facts that should have been in this, because a probable cause affidavit is supposed to give the judge an overall picture of the case. This here is not even close. This is only the things that points towards Rick Allen. and none of the factors that are supposed to be there, which should include possible exculpatory facts. Oh no, Dave. Do we have to suffer without your appearance?
Did they
We
run
are
out
all-
of Prosecco?
Yeah, we are all very, very sad. No, I like having Dave on. He knows
Yeah.
that. And he's my friend. I can bully him. None
Hey,
of
can
you
y'all hear me?
fuckers.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. When you say about words and they say she didn't reach out, right, Mr. Sorrow? To nobody
Yeah,
else?
I mean, yeah, the wording of this is no outgoing communications. And that is very, very specific wordings.
Yeah, and see, yeah, look, and that's what them slick mother fudge cakes did this entire investigation. They did stuff to where the wording wasn't right. The wording to throw you off no more outgo of doing duh. It ain't no more outgoing calls. But what
Oh, sorry, you disappeared there.
Oh,
Oh,
sorry,
Dave
I'm
says I have.
sorry, y'all.
No worries, no worries. You're apparently in a car and
sometimes
connections
the
go
signal.
in and out. Connections go in and out. Now, this here seems like a threat from Dave. I have to expand my vehicle in preparation for grinding Nick around in September. Hey, folks, I have rented a car. I have rented a car. Now, for you who remember, way back in 2024, when I said, I'm going to drive through the United States, I'm going to use a medium-sized car, and the fuckers put me in a Volvo. I mean, if I want to drive a Volvo, I got several. They are all spare parts, but I have... So, yeah. So this year, I made sure that I would get something America.
Yeah, I felt bad last time we drove up to Delphi. You were in a teeny tiny car.
Yeah. So this year, I rented a medium-size pickup truck.
Ooh.
Yeah. And that medium-sized pickup truck is... Dun, 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 a Jeep Gladiator.
Yeah, you're gonna need gas money. Yes.
Because I'm not driving around in a... Because, folks, a Volvo, great car, quite low. You have to sit down into it. I have arthritis in both knees. I don't want to go. I don't want to go down on anything. I want to step right into a vehicle. Yeah. So this is the one I chose. Yeah. Now, gas money, wouldn't mind it. Wouldn't mind it at all. Now, I recently calculated. Okay, Indiana. Currently, I've seen the prices are roughly $3.40 per gallon, which is equivalent to 8.6 Swedish krona per liter, because we go by liter here. The current gas price in Sweden is 16 krona per liter, which is the equivalent of $7 per gallon. So that's the gas price I'm used to. So if this vehicle is twice a guzzler as my current car, then I'm used to it. But again, I wouldn't mind, because apparently there are some skirmishes going around in oil countries. And yeah, you never know. And it's Thursday, I'm going to drive a lot, so don't mind at all. And I mean, thank you for the joules. Still not sure what the monetary value is of joules. All I know is I did not have those 5 minutes ago. Thank you so much, Derek, and thank you so much, Lisa. And that is an option for you who are on mobile, I think. So yeah. So I'm driving Merca car.
Do be mindful, everyone's gonna wave at you if you got a Jeep. It's kind of a thing.
Okay.
It's true. I had to get a loaner car. You're gonna have so much fun, and I ended up with the Jeep, and everybody kept like peace signing me, and there's everybody has like ducks in their window, in their windshield, and I just thought that's what they did, but no, people leave them like. Other Jeep people will leave like a little rubber ducky if you're parked at the grocery store on your bumper, and then you're supposed to display those.
Oh,
So this is going to be really fun for you because as you see other Jeeps, you're going to see they're all going to wave to you, and you're going to see
okay.
ducks.
I will be very, very mindful of waving back, and
Yes,
it's kind
you're
of
gonna have
funny.
fun.
Yeah, it's kind of funny because I'm also covering different cases out of Canton, and rubber duckies there are considered witness intimidation by certain law enforcement.
Yeah, they are for some reason.
Yeah, the the equivalent of Jerry Holman over there, Trooper Buchanan, investigated for months rubber duckies that was left here and there in Canton. He spent, I believe it was 40 overtime hours investigating this. He brought it in front of a judge who said, "Are you nuts? Get out of here." Rubber ducks are not witness intimidation.
But his feelings were really hurt.
Yeah. And we all care so much about Yuri Buchanan's feelings. I think my snark went overly obvious there.
Almost home. Almost home.
Oh, all right. Let's see. Now let's continue with what the video recovered from victim 2's phone shows victim 1 walking southeast of the Monon High Bridge while a male subject wearing a dark jacket and jeans walks behind her. As the male subject approaches victim 1 and victim 2, one of the victims mentions gun.
Now, did you actually hear that? Because I never.
No. I'm listening to enhanced versions. There is never a mention of a gun. Never. And let's see here. Let's bring up the other thing, because according to the state, at trial and before trial, the gun mention was at the there's no path here. Is that be a gun? Because that is something teenagers says. That be a gun? No. And in the appellate brief, they have switched to. First of all, is he right there? Is he right there? Never heard. Don't leave me up here? Question of interpretation. I don't hear that. See, this is the path, yes, that we go down, is what's heard.
Yeah, and none
which
of
they
this
have changed to that is a gun. There's no path here. We have to go down here, guys, high down the hill. This here, how they switch around from trial to appeal is insanity. And I hope this will be one of the arguments in the oral arguments that judge, the state's appellate team are changing what was said at trial.
Well, and we listened to that audio, and I know that it had been enhanced, you know, the week or when we listened to it the week before. Oh, holy
Holy what?
crabopples.
She admits faults.
Sorry, guys. We We've been covering, well, Nick has really been covering Laura Owens, and I am perpetually a late joiner to all of the the current going legal parties. But if this is true, then absolutely wonderful day for justice for her victims.
Mm. This here is amazing for her victims. Because now in every other filing, they can include that she admitted of being a fraud, a scammer, a liar. I mean, now, this might mean that she's going to get one of these first offender deals. If she sticks to her probation, it might be expunged. I don't know. That pure speculation on my part. Pure speculation. But still,
Hey, what she do, Nick?
what?
Oh, what did Lord Owens do?
Oh,
Yes.
Laura
Oh, good
Owens
lord.
is the Arizona serial pregnancy scammer who, for the past over a decade, to at least 4 or 5 different men, when they stopped or refused to date her, she claimed being pregnant with twins.
Oh
And
wow.
yeah, and asked for, yeah, you need to help me. For instance, in one of the cases against former bachelor Clayton Eckert, she said, I will get rid of the twins if you date me. And that's not even close to the worst things. I mean, she is still seeking protection order against her first known victim, Mike Mercini, in California. That was back in 2015. And she is still abusing him
Well,
with
not
these
only
court
that,
filings.
but the ultrasound that she took, and this is where it gets really gross.
Yeah.
The woman whose ultrasound she took of twins suffered a loss during pregnancy of one of the twins. So she steals other people's pain, other people's lives, and then tries to destroy men because they don't want to date her.
Yeah.
I mean, is what it seems like.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. And it's insanity. It's absolute insanity. All right. A huge thank you to Sarah via PayPal. $50. Sarah, if you're here, that is one of these 1-point donations. You pick my poison. And I have other poisons. I have tequila. I have both good and bad tequila. I have different kinds of whiskeys, and or if you want chili sauce. So if you're here, make yourself known, and you tell. Oh, there you are. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. So you choose my poison. And while we wait for that, thank you to Classic. Aw, thank you for $10. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Sarah says, whatever you want. Well, thank you. That's all for me. No. Now, there's one of these that I have been waiting for a bit.
Ooh.
Already. Where did I? Oh, I bought a Japanese whiskey that I haven't opened yet. Can you tell it's Japanese?
It's very subtle.
It's very, very subtle. Now, I checked with people. This here is not racist. But I still had to check. So I've been waiting for this. Thank you so much, Sarah. Now I have to... Ow! How am I supposed to open this motherfucker? Sorry. Because this thing here kind of hurts. For fuck's sake.
Yeah, I was wondering how you were going to open that.
Oh, it's not a screw cork. It's a fancy whiskey.
Oh.
Oh, no, it's just the top. There's a cork. For fuck's sake. It's childproof.
I mean, it's a cool little doodad.
Oh, so it does have an proper cork underneath the ornament. Okay. Here it is. Oh. Oh. No. Let's see here. Zuta, the Utah Zoo, where they have very large animals in very small cages. So I bought a shot glass, of course. This here will be interesting because I have. This is the first time I've tried this whiskey. It's a Japanese whiskey. It is in the $80 to $100 per bottle. So, thank you, Sarah. Thank you so much for giving me the opportunity. Oh, that's good.
Oh, see, it all tastes like paint thinner to me, so I cut all my booze with Diet Sprite like a lady. No, I'm just kidding. No, the funniest thing is to watch me order a beverage in a restaurant because I know they don't water theirs down with Sprite. So those are always super strong drinks. I know people are like, "Oh, they water down their stuff." I'm like, "Oh, this is real strong."
Yeah. And we are on the way towards the first spin on the wheel. We have $10 from Classic. Thank you. That is very, very generous. We have 67 euros. I have no idea what this is. And 10 euros. But if it's a rounding thing, I will round it up as we move along. So yeah, this here from the state's appeal brief.
Now,
How
Nick,
they
how did they get that? Because I know we listened to the enhanced one, but there was absolutely I'm a mom of 6. I know what a scared kid sounds like, and those girls they didn't have pressured speech. There wasn't any whispering that I
No.
heard. There
I mean-
wasn't any attempt to, because like you'll do that, like, "Hey, we're gonna go down here."
Yeah. I mean, let's listen to it. Let's see here. Dun, dun, dun. Now, folks, read through this. Now I'm going to play you the version with enhanced sound, which, by the way, they did enhance. If my understanding of this video, they did enhance it. Dun, dun, dun. Dun, dun, dun. Radio's back.
Oh, I made it home. Can y'all hear me good?
Yeah, you're
All right. Cool.
So yeah, let's listen to the enhanced version. I'm actually going to enhance sound again. Put sound on.
See, this is the path that we go down.
Everybody heard that? See, this is the path that we go down.
yeah,
This is
and
the
it's
one where the state claims it says, see, this is the path that is a gun.
And the weird thing about the human mind is, depending on
Mm.
whether you listen to this first or you read the transcript, your
Mhm.
brain is trying to hear those things.
Yeah.
So I
Mm.
have listened to this a lot, and that's why I still listen to it again, because I'm like,
Yeah.
maybe, but no.
Yeah. And I will actually, because I have one enhancer on, let's get another enhancer on. Let's go back a bit and listen again.
See, this is the path that we get on.
How
Damn,
do
they
you get?
sound like they trying to meet somebody.
Yeah.
Y-
Yeah.
Yeah. And that has been sort of a lot of us who have been with this case for a long time. There were other suspects, the Justin Schatz, who turned
Mhm.
out to be Keegan Kline and his weird father.
Mm.
There were a lot of people because and that was an area of, study and investigation that I never thought they took enough time on, because kids are reaching out and, talking to people, they don't know who they are. It just seemed like an alley they didn't fully explore.
Mm.
No, I agree
Yeah.
100% because
Yeah.
Keegan Kline, he was playing like he was that Facebook dude, right? That little boy talking to the
Yes.
girls.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Justin Schatz, and it was a big deal when he was caught
Mm.
and when there
Yeah.
was the link to the Justin Schatz profile.
Yeah.
And
And
wasn't he pinged in that area or something?
no,
No, so
when
he was
Keegan Kline,
contacting them, right?
yeah, he's the one who contacted one of them in order to meet up.
And I doubt I heard them saying that he was like it was tension in that household, like he was talking to another little girl in that household.
Oh, Keegan Kline is currently in prison for 80 years for doing things to minors.
And that happened after the fact, right?
Yeah, he was arrested 2.5 years after this in a different jurisdiction.
Oh my.
Here's the thing with Keegan Kline is that they knew this because they knew he tried to catfish the girls.
Yep.
When they went through Keegan Kline's phone, they found bad materials on his phone,
And
on his devices, and they
my.
still let him go.
And also,
Doing this
wasn't it a
to-
note of them saying that they did this or something? They wrote it out and they said it was a joke or something. Him and Tony Kline, his daddy or something like that. Am I?
I don't think. I don't know if they ever claimed joke or anything, but once they tried to ping Keegan's and his father's phones, the phones were still at home. Well, in other cases, that would be used by the state to show they left the phone at home to try to hide their crime, as they did towards Zachariah Anderson.
Now, the only part that goes against Keegan Kline for me is his general physicality.
Yeah.
He could not. Both you and I have mobility issues, and getting down on the trail I lost us on was quite challenging. So I don't know that a person with Keegan Kline's body type, not to shame him or
Yeah.
anything, but he couldn't have negotiated. We would have the same problem with Richard Allen in that. First of all, you would
Yeah.
have noticed Keegan Kline because he's damn near 400 pounds. So that
Yeah.
would stick out in your brain.
Yeah. Let's just show. This is Keegan Kline's mugshot in 2020. Now, this is 3 years later. There are people who gain a lot of weight in 3 years. I've seen pictures of him with friends when he was younger, before 2017, and he's still a heavy-set guy, but not to this extent. But yeah, this might be what and he's definitely. I would have a hard time saying he is a bridge guy.
Yeah,
Mm.
no, but There are known phenomena that people who peddle in the kind of child grossness that he peddled in,
Mm.
they do contact each other. They do have sort of like little groups or cabals or icks. I don't know, where they distribute this to each other. So I have never fully given up that this might have been, other people posing as younger people as well.
I'll
Okay, I
try
left
to.
off. I cut off when you said
No
you
worries,
don't
no
think
worries.
he could do it because of his physicality.
He's a big guy. He's darn near 400 pounds, and those hills and stuff, especially
Mm.
in February, I mean, it could be slippery even
Mm.
though it's a good day.
Mm. Yeah, but as you say, since this avenue was never properly researched, other than their phones were still at home, him and his dad's, because Keegan Klein allegedly confessed, and
Wow.
yeah, if I remember correctly, or if that was another guy, yeah, never mind. But there is reports of somebody saying that Keegan Klein's father came out of the woods all bloodied up and everything. I don't remember from where that is though.
Yeah, I mean,
And
the problem is that there were no lack of really predatory people around that area. So
oh no,
it really is an embarrassment of riches, unfortunately,
Mm,
the amount of ick people that were close or tangentially
mm,
related to this case.
yeah. Now let's keep listening here.
There's no path going there, so we have to go down here.
There's no path going there, so we have to go down there. Now let's listen to that again.
There's no path going there, so we have to go
There's no path going there,
down here.
so we have to go down here. Now, what does according to the state, what do they say? There's no path here, we have to go down here. They are leaving out an entire sentence.
Yeah, and Nick, how can and God rest their souls, how stupid do the state look thinking they orchestrating their own way to go a certain way?
Well, that and let's be real, even if children aren't, the most situationally aware, they're not going to go with a stranger. There have been enough talks that, guys go down the hill. We would have heard, why are we going or something? Because you get two girls together and you tell them to do something, there's still conversation as you're telling them to do something.
Yeah. And regarding Bridge Guy, we don't know his age. Hella went through this with her enhancement programs. If you, so to speak, zoom in, there's like 4 pixels face. You can't determine. Now, the dress code and everything speaks to not a teenager. But, jacket and jeans could be any middle-aged man in Indiana.
Yeah, and that's the other thing about the probable cause affidavit and the search warrant. I guarantee you go into daggone near any house in Indiana, you're going to find a Carhartt or Carhartt-like jacket. You're going to find electronics, and you're going to find knives and force multipliers.
Yeah.
So you're going to find all of those things. None of those were uniquely linked to the crime scene unless you believe in ballistics.
Yeah. Yeah, and if we go back to this one, let's go back a bit. Let's see if we can see it here. That down there is a path, a gravel road. Leading where? Leading towards the area where both Brad Webber and Ron Logan lived.
Yeah, and that's the other thing. I cannot believe, again, with how close in proximity all of these people of interest who they cleared within the first several days, but somehow didn't record.
Yeah. Yeah, the accidental removal of every recording of every person they interviewed for the first 90 days.
Huh?
Yeah. Yeah.
Hold up. I ain't heard this. You told me it was an accident. They said that it was an accident of the first 90 days of all the recordings gone.
Not a single recording
is
of
some
the first
bull.
90 days of
Oh my God.
because and this is something they try to keep from the defense for years.
Yes.
That according to the police chief, he discovered sometime in, if I remember correctly, he discovered sometime Rick Allen's arrest in 2022. He discovered then something of the sort. Well, he discovered way back in 2018 or 2019 that as he explained it after it was found out, because they tried to hide it from the defense, that the recorder, the hard drive, was never turned off, so it kept recording and recorded over the first 90 days of interviews. But you know what this means? None of the fuckers, after interviewing Brad Holder, after interviewing Patrick Westfall, went to that fucking hard drive to extract that interview and put it in the file.
Yeah, I mean, that is very, very telling, and I cannot believe they got away. I mean,
yeah,
when you're grading your own homework, you can get away with a lot, but
this is mind-boggling to her.
Yeah.
That they said basically it overlapped and they forgot.
Yeah.
This is the biggest. Oh my God.
Yeah. And the only thing that is saved is the interviewer's summary of what was said, which is not evidence. Can't be evidence. It's a summary. Here's the interesting part. Once they were found out, they re-interviewed Brad Holder, who in the original, according to the summary, he said, "I've never met her," as in the girl his son was dating for quite some time. As a 17-year-old, he dated a 13-year-old.
yeah, there were so many things about this. And the fact that we've only really heard from one family has always struck me as weird. Now, I'm not the type that goes and looks into the family and stuff like that, because at the end of the day, these two families are destroyed. They've lost their little girls. So I try not to look into that, because that's enough to be dealing with for them. But it always struck me that, one of the families was always mentioned and the other family didn't seem to ever get as much airtime.
Yeah.
Now, whether that was a personal choice by the family, and again, since I don't delve into that thing, maybe there's an answer there, but it always did strike me that, it wasn't equal coverage.
Yeah. So, Brad
But in a
Holder
case
in the
like this, Mo, can personal feelings be that it's not mentioned? That's just a mockery of the crime, right?
Yeah.
Well, it could be that they don't want, they want to keep her memory for themselves. And I can imagine how painful it is to go anywhere on the internet and basically have a bunch of people, guesstimating, speculating, all that other stuff. So I try to keep that in mind when I'm doing coverage, because I never want to put out something that's going to be hateful or disrespectful to the family. But I know that there are legitimate questions, and I'm glad that there are content creators that are respectful and can delve into that when I may not be as comfortable with it.
Agreed.
Yeah, so Brad Holder, who said he never met the girl. Now, when they were found out that all the things were deleted, they re-interviewed Brad Holder in 2023, where he all of a sudden said, yeah, I met her on a couple of occasions. And then we found out that one of the occasions is when he brought Logan and Abby, I want to say. It was Abby, right? To Patrick Westfall's house. So they could meet in secret or something. Without Abby's family knowing.
Yeah, and Abby's family seemed incredibly close, even though there had been, it was a more communal living situation. But to hear all the coverage and everything that's been reported, they were a close-knit family. So it does seem like in my family, like I'm just telling you, if my 13-year-old was hanging out with a 17-year-old, she probably wouldn't be telling me because that wouldn't happen. So I can imagine there was some skullduggery going around so she could meet an older boy. But that becomes very, very important when you have something like this happen, because any amount of, why are we misdirecting? Is there...
Yeah.
We didn't even get that as the interview. That's just basic cursory interview stuff. You have to clear the boyfriend's father, all of this.
Yeah. And then as time goes on, we find out more and more, okay, so Brad Holder lied in the first interview. We now know that not only did he meet Abby, he spent time with Abby. Then we find out that Abby called Logan Holder the day of everything and told him, we are going to the Monon High Bridge or something of the sort. Can you join us? Something of the sort. Logan calls his dad, because even though Abby's school is having a day off, Logan's school doesn't. So he calls his dad, hey dad, can I skip school? Nope. Apparently not. Which is the nexus in Brad Holder knew where the girls were. He knew at what time they were supposed to be there. And at that very day, all of a sudden, he clocks out an hour later than usual. Almost as if he's trying to create an alibi.
Damn.
Yeah.
There is so much about this that didn't make sense. And had they done a good investigation, we would have answers. They would say, well, we looked into all of this. Here's this, and this, where we can prove that, so-and-so was here. But because they didn't do that, because it wasn't televised, and with the addition of the geofencing that wasn't allowed or only vaguely allowed in, there was so much that wasn't even looked into.
Yeah.
That's why I don't get this case, man. It's just infinity holes in it. And I just don't get how it's just frustrating as heck, man.
Yeah, I know. I'm breaking news to you every time we meet up.
Man.
Yeah. This rabbit hole has rabbit holes that has rabbit holes. And for us who has been in this case for years, I could imagine for you who are basically completely new to this case, every time you think that this case has hit rock bottom, No, we're not even close. I mean, and
Yep.
yeah.
That's yeah.
And it's hard to explain this case to someone new because you wouldn't believe it. I mean, if you had a Hollywood movie like this,
Mhm.
you'd walk out because you'd say, "No, what? This is not real life. None of this could happen in real life." And the scary part is it did.
Mm.
And it's crazy because we could see now that's why this world is scary because they pick and choose who they want to make a big deal out of and who they don't.
Mm.
Because Richard Allen should have been a way bigger deal and been a big deal now.
Mm. Yeah. Mm. Now let's get into this. Interviews were conducted with 3 juveniles. Yeah, interviews were conducted with 3 juveniles. There were 4 of them. But somehow the investigator said, no, I'm not including that 4th because she's too young. So they advised they were on Monon High Bridge Trail on February 13th. They advised they were walking on the trail toward Freedom Bridge to go home when they encountered a male walking from Freedom Bridge towards the Monon High Bridge. AS described the male as kind of creepy and advised he was wearing like blue jeans, like a really light blue jacket, and his hair was gray, maybe a little brown, and it did not really show his face. This gray bit, no, because let's see if I have it close by. Hold on. If I remember correctly. Nick, be prepared. Things get better. Let's see, where do I have it? Here it is. Yeah, now, folks, correct me if I'm wrong, as per usual. But the guy she was describing, who tried to hide his face and everything, was the top left.
And that's the one that I have always had questions about. Again, look at the top ones. Their identity or their faces are covered to some extent and form.
Yeah.
Now, the bottom one again is too detailed with a cap on it, but those two look like people I want to find because this is before the coof. Neck gaiters were not a thing. I mean, they were a thing, but they weren't like ubiquitous. That would be something that you would notice and you're like, "Why are you wearing a neck gaiter on a February 14th?"
Yeah. And as we said last Friday, out of these 4, only 3 were seen near or at the trail. The bottom right is not one of them. That is Sarah Carbar's imagination. That she drove past at 40 miles an hour. That the sketch artist said, well, we can make shit up.
Yeah, I mean, that would be a sketch I could produce if I've, been on stream with you for a year or solidly, but driving past you at 50 miles per hour, no, I'm not going to notice that your eyes are widely set apart, especially if I'm noticing you covered in mud.
Yeah. Well, covered in mud, first account in 2017. Then it changed as the year went by and became more and more bloody, up until she claimed that she could see blood spatter. And
So can I ask a question? So would this come up in the appellate where that man said we could the words you just said?
In the appeals brief, the sketches are mentioned, but I do believe they are only mentioned the 2 bottom ones. The difference between the middle-aged guy and the beautiful guy with poofy hair.
Yeah, and that is something that you would take note of. That's something that rings more true to me. Like, if I notice someone with especially symmetrical facial features,
Mm,
that's gonna be something that sticks out because I'm just weird like that.
mm,
Or if you have, like, a feature that's interesting or notable, that's gonna be something. So, the
mm,
fact that she described him as incredibly beautiful, that actually
mm,
kind of rang true
mm.
to me because it sounds like something I would say.
Yeah, yeah, and also
So we can cheat ain't gonna come in.
well, it might be. It's one of the appeals issues from the defense that they should have shown the sketches at trial, not just having it described. Because it's real. I mean, the difference is so staggering. And these are the images that Jerry Holman swears to under oath are the same person. Now, here's one thing that is lacking from this description here in the affidavit regarding these three juveniles. The description was taller than us. And the tallest girl there apparently was around 5'6", 5'7". That is missing from the probable cause affidavit.
Oh, that's another thing missing. Wow.
Yeah. So the girls described him different ways, but also, if I remember correctly, folks in the chat, the collective of the chat knows more than I do. That one of the girls described him as she got to his shoulder or something.
Yeah,
Well,
and
that's half a foot up. Even if you're 5'4", half a foot, yeah, all of a sudden we are at 5'10". Rick Allen, on a good day, is 5'5". The
yeah, and
first
that's
thing
something.
you say about Rick Allen is he's short.
Yeah, that's the other thing that always confused me. That is the first thing you would
Yeah.
say about Rick Allen.
Wait a minute. It says here, she said he was not bigger than 5'10". Not very tall with bigger build. Not bigger than 5'10". Yeah, but 5'10", folks, 5 inches. Oh, sorry. 5 inches is...
That's a lot.
That's a fucking lot.
That's a lot.
That's Dolly Parton's high heel. She didn't walk around in anything other than a 5-inch heel. So that's a large amount, and
Yeah.
that's something
Now,
that's a full.
5 inches, folks, is the difference between 5'10" and 6'3". You tell me there's not a fucking difference between 5'10" and 6'3", ladies.
I'm not gonna lie to you, Nick.
I mean, seriously. I mean, yeah, we can joke around about height doesn't matter, but yeah, you tell me that there's no difference between 5'10" and 6'3". I mean, but apparently, according to the state, yeah, 5'10", 5'5", same thing. It's like a PD Cruiser and a Ford Focus. Yeah.
What also always confused me, and having gone to the trail myself, was, imagining it in February with the foliage, not being there and everything, and no one found them that night because one of the girls was unclothed, and I don't mean to be crass, but she was about as pale as I am, so even in the dark.
Our complexion shines in the dark.
It really does. Like, I'm not trying to be a jerk, but you can tell.
Yeah. Let me say, when I am out in my garden and things without a shirt on, I get calls from the the transportation authority. Tell me, lay it off. You're blinding folks on the freeway, and the freeway is a mile away.
Well, What never made sense to me is your brain is going to be attracted to a big patch of the similar color, even if it's in the dark. If you see
Yeah.
a big something that's paler, wouldn't your
Mm.
eyes be attracted to that? And the fact that they only looked downstream, I get that they were working on a
Mm.
theory that they had maybe fallen in or something, but the
Mm.
fact that they didn't look further north,
Mm.
up or further upstream always struck
Yeah.
me as odd.
Yeah. Yeah. And then we have Betsy Blair. Yada yada yada. She advised she saw 4 juvenile females walking on the bridge over Old State Road as she was driving underneath on her way to park. Betsy advised there was no other cars parked across from the men's home. Now, these 4 juvenile females might be different from the people we talked about before. We don't know. It might be. She described the male she saw as white male wearing blue jeans and a blue jean jacket. Folks, there's a clear difference between a windbreaker and a jean jacket. Yeah. Approximately 50 feet from her. Here's what is omitted. Betsy Blair is the person who described Bridge Guy as, if I remember correctly, correct me if I'm wrong, as beautiful. With poofy hair.
That's what I thought she said, but
yeah, this is the, let's see here. Here you go. That's the guy. Oh, for fuck's sake. What did I do now?
I don't know.
There you go. This here. What can't I? Oh, yeah. This guy here in the bottom left. That's the guy she's describing as being on the trail. Young guy. Oh, I barely vaguely remember the description as, yeah, well, beautiful.
Yeah, and again,
Now, beauty is in the eye of the beholder. Rick Allen is happily married, and I bet that Kathy thinks he is absolutely handsome and everything. But for the general population, Rick Allen is not beautiful.
No, and he's not youthful. He didn't appear youthful before this. I mean, he wasn't old
Rick
or
Allen
haggard.
Rick Allen has looked like being in the 40s since he was in his 20s.
Yeah, that's the thing. I would never have labeled him as youthful, beautiful. And the fact that went for Rick Allen, and I don't mean anything, but they weren't looking for younger kids, for high schoolers, for anything.
Yeah. Still, I mean, I go back to these sketches. The 3 on the left, 1, 2, 3, are the people who were actually seen near or at the bridge. The only person describing or looking like a middle-aged man was not near the bridge. It was over an hour later, an hour and a half later, on the fucking road, as Sarah Carbaugh drove past him at 40 miles an hour. And this is the details she claims she saw. And I've said this before, I will say it again. Sarah Carbaugh, for the love of fuck, come clean. Tell the world that you are making things up to involve yourself. Because she didn't say shit until she was in a traffic stop.
Well, and if he was so beautiful, if he was so noticeable, you would think that they would start I would have started looking at, profiles. Give me
Yeah.
a face that it looks like, because these are
Yeah.
not, if you are truly that knocked out gorgeous that people are going to
Mm.
recognize you,
Yeah.
it's going to be easy to recognize you.
Yeah.
Okay, so
And
when,
Sarah
and,
Carbos, he's
how
on
long
the
was the sketch?
fucking road at 4 p.m. 3 or 4 p.m. in the afternoon, and nobody else saw him.
So when was this sketch taken?
Uh,
Like when into the investigation?
all the sketches was in the weeks after the murders in 2017. All of them. But we only found the first published was the guy on the bottom right. For some fucked up reason, they chose the guy seen on the road before the guy seen on the trail. Then in 2019, they said, we have cleared the guy, the middle-aged guy. We are now looking for guy with poofy hair. That was 2019.
Yes.
Oh, they said that?
Yeah, it's in
Yes.
press
They
releases.
said they cleared the guy?
Yeah.
Yes, they said they were
Wow.
they said they were no longer, I mean, it was everywhere. We are no longer looking for this person, look for the younger person.
Yeah.
Who?
And no real explanation as to who the older person was, how this had gotten so messed up or anything like that. We were just told, no, this is not the person anymore. It's this person.
Yeah.
Dang.
Yeah.
I did not know that.
I mean, this entire case pisses me the fuck off. Now, let's see here. Investigator received a tip from Terry Wilson. Oh, sorry. There. Which he stated he was on his way to Delphi on State Road 25 around 2:10 p.m. He observed a purple PT Cruiser, or a small SUV type vehicle, parked on the south side of the old CPS building. First of all, there's a folks, purple PT Cruiser.
Yeah, they're noticeable cars.
This here. Here's a purple PT Cruiser.
My dream car.
You can find it in a destruction site close to you. If you want to find a used PT Cruiser, you can. Good luck. Now, these PT Cruisers are recognizable.
Yeah, they really are.
So, a purple PT Cruiser or a small SUV type vehicle. If you don't know the difference between a small SUV and a PT Cruiser, you need glasses. I mean, I just said that for fuck's sake. So that is what he claimed. Wesley McWhirter advises seen as
No, they need
smaller,
Helen
dark.
Keller vision.
Yes.
If they can't see
Wesley-
this, they got Helen Keller vision if they can't see the difference.
Yeah. Wesley McWhirter advised he remembers seeing a small dark-colored car parked at the old CPS building. He described it as possibly being a smart car. Okay. Let's see here. Let's show you a small, dark, well, a dark smart car. Does this look anything like a PT Cruiser or an SUV?
Nothing like a PT. Man.
Yeah. Now let's see if I can find it. Yeah, here it is. And this is sworn under oath. Remember that. This is the probable cause affidavit. Investigators note witnesses describe the vehicle parked at the former Child Protective Services building as a PT Cruiser, a small SUV, or smart car. Investigators believe those descriptions are similar in nature to a 2016 Ford Focus.
Now, this is where I reached out to Nick because I'm not a car person, having done the cursory Google, because I was like, do what now? So I sent this over to you, and I think this is when our descent into this madness started.
Seriously.
Yeah, I remember reading this and thinking, are they looking for 3 people? Are we looking for 1 people? And how in the hell did Richard Allen get into this?
Now, this should have been forced to show pictures of a purple PT Cruiser, a dark smart car, a small SUV, and then ask the jury, are these, as the investigators say, similar to a Ford Focus hatchback? No. I mean, it's not even fucking close. Just as the sketches of the people in and around the trail on the early afternoon of February 13th, 2017. This line here alone should have made a proper judge go, are you fucking kidding me? Are you medically... Folks, send for a car and people and a long sleeve shirt. I think these investigators needs to go into a padded room, because there's no fucking way on God's green earth that a purple PT Cruiser, a dark smart car, is similar to a Ford Focus.
Okay. I'm not a car person. Do they have like a booklet with like lineups of car styles? Because I wouldn't be able to tell you whether something beyond it being a truck or anything like that. I don't pay attention to cars like that. So now, if I'd seen enough of it, I could point out something very similar, or it looked like more like this than like that. But I wouldn't be able to tell you, oh yeah, that was a Dodge Ram from 1984 with the dually on it. Like, no. I'm like, it was a truck.
Yeah,
Man, they just came up with something. That's it. They just said do, and just pop goes the weasel with some BS.
Yeah. Let's see here. Oh, fuck's sake. Where is it? Oh. Change. It's... Oh, for fuck's sake. Come on. Yeah. Let's see here if I can find, because Betsy Blair, remember the
Oh
the
yeah, she
woman
wrote
who,
the picture.
yeah, who said she saw this beautiful guy with poofy hair. Where the oh. Let's see if I can find it. I know I downloaded it. Wait, let's see here. Nope,
Now, what I also thought was funny was the reliance on eyewitnesses. We know there have been studies, multiple studies, of how the brain is not always a reliable, recorder of events and histories, and how things can be colored, based on so many different things. So the reliance on the eyewitnesses so heavily never made sense to me, especially when they were so different.
Hmm. I was hoping that it was in the appellate brief. The picture of it. Oh, wait a minute. Ah. Here it is. To the right is Betsy Blair's drawing of the Mercury Comet, a car similar to a Mercury Comet. The vehicle she saw at CPS.
Man, that look like a Delta 88. That look like a Delta 88. What are we doing?
That looks like a Chrysler New Yorker, and the only reason I know that is because I had one in high school.
But this is absolutely ridiculous. Oh my.
Hold on here.
I mean, legitimately, this I have there are some times where I just can't help but be embarrassed to be living in Indiana, but also really proud I wasn't born here.
Yeah.
But all my kids were, so it's not like I can put on airs or anything,
I know, it's not a Mercury Comet. It is not. It is a Volvo 242 Deluxe.
That makes more sense. That's the exact, someone find out who has a Volvo. We done solved the case right here.
Boy, you hit the nail right in the coffin with that dick. Or whoever said that.
I have to do
This
the.
is
I have to.
ridiculous. The incompetence of these weasels.
Yeah, I mean, everything about this damn case is insane. So let me just.
It really is. Like, just when you think you've reached peak, because as much as I wish it weren't true, I mean, this makes at least in Canton, they picked up something with red Solo cups. I mean, and used leaf blowers. I mean, bless their hearts, at least they tried, sorta. We were just like, nah, we're gonna wait 7 years and then find someone because there's an election coming.
Oh my boys. Ooh.
Yeah,
Lord.
Ray from Dallas, there are court documents, but there was a documented civil suit against Carroll County jail, or not jail, the police department, because one of the investigators that was covering this case that differed from the one suspect sort of idea was demoted very shortly before Richard Allen was put forward as the suspect.
No. Yeah.
I'm sorry. Who at the say it again, please? I'm sorry.
I can't remember his name. I
Click.
covered this, but basically, the police officer was demoted. He he had been offered kind of the second in line to the sheriff and had been acting, as that. And then when he differed from the kind of accepted idea of Carroll County, then they basically demoted him and have, I believe, tried to indict him or have indicted him.
Yeah. He's Todd Click the investigator, one of the 3-person investigation team who looked into the Odinist things, who has released a 90-page report, of which we only have a 13-page summary of, pointing out, yeah, this is clearly the works of an Odinist cult. Todd Click was supposed to testify at trial for the defense. Days before he was arrested. I believe that, just days before trial started, he was arrested. And the claim is that he falsified records in family matters court thingies, CPS type of things.
Oh, okay, so the dude who differed against it, he was demoted. Okay, so now that sounds like when I went over, the warden said that this was like unconstitutional for Richard Allen to be in solitary confinement for that long, and then he lost his job or got demoted too at the prison. Am I correct about that?
Yeah. I don't know if he's in jail or not, but he
got demoted. He got demoted, right?
Yeah, to this day, no trial. 2.5 years after, 2 years after the arrest, still no trial for something that is basically paper fraud.
Yeah, we don't want any of our public servants to lie or falsify documents, but it's incredibly sus that the time that it happened, and then apparently the gentleman who settled with the department was Mike Thomas. So it wasn't Click who did the suit against them. It was Mike Thomas, and then Click also got retaliated against. So 2 and probably more cases of retaliation if you didn't toe the company line.
But now hold up. But didn't like a warden at the prison? Because I'm pretty sure I seen a warden at the prison get like demoted because
The warden of the prison, in an unrelated issue, he was he quit at the Westville and started at a youth facility of sorts, and he was fired from that for unrelated reasons.
Wow.
So the warden is no longer within the prison system. He was removed from the Westville facility right after the trial. And he got a job at a youth facility of girls and was fired. Yeah. You draw your own conclusions.
I do wonder if there is going to... My fear is that we may get answers for this particular case, but what is rotten still in that part of Indiana is going to remain rotten, and the Flora 4 are still going to not have any justice. I worry that we're going to take care of this sort of, this nuclear problem right now with Richard Allen, but it's not going to change the system that brought Richard Allen forward, that has caused all of this.
Mm. And remember, according to Rick Allen, he was not driving that route. He said over and over again, no, I was driving this much closer route in the interview. And he corrected them time after time. And then they presented him with a map which conveniently excluded certain areas of Delphi. So he had to point outside of the map. No, I was driving over here. Everything is so damn rotten with this case. There's not a single piece of this case that isn't rotten to its core. And every rabbit hole I've dove into just leads me further down more rot. And through this case, I learned about the Flora 4 case, which is, I mean,
And it's hard.
yeah, the Flora 4 case, since they just abandoned the case because the clear suspects, one of them, the landlord, was at the same time the president of Flora Town Council, who was, as such, he was also the boss of the fire chief. The fire chief whose father worked for the state fire examination commission, who said this was an undetermined fire. So you have this triangle of things that, oh shit, because just a few months later, after the fire, after it was deemed as undetermined, no, there were clear signs of accelerants. And then one of these guys, either the fire chief or the investigator, father and son, falsified a report, which led to him resigning.
And it ticks me off because, look, you are going to have redneck idiots everywhere. But for the most part, people where I live, we love everyone. You know, we judge by the content of character. And the fact that this is still not solved is a stain on our state. And I don't like it. These little girls deserve justice.
Yeah. And I know that the Flora 4 case, I mean, it's in November, it's 10 years ago. And I know when I make content, I know it gets horrible numbers, sadly. I posted a video earlier today. And I know it's horrible numbers. I don't fucking care, because in the comment sections, there are 3 or 4 people who has never heard of that case. That makes me incredibly happy, because those are the people I'm trying to reach. I don't care if my other content reaches 2, 5, 10,000 views, as long as I find those 2 or 3 people that gets, wait a minute, this is wrong.
You know,
hey, Amanda! Laura... Yeah, by the way, Laura Owens took the plea. According to Lauren Knighty, she took a plea admitting to 4 felony counts out of 14. That's interesting. Now, hopefully, by next week, I have more information. And of course, I'm going to cover it. And sentencing, according to Lauren Knighty, let's see here, is... Hold on. Dun, dun, dun. Sentencing hearing October 23rd. She pleads guilty to 4 felony counts. And apparently, according to Lauren Knighty, they were back in chambers where she couldn't make up her mind and she cried her eyes out and all the performances and everything. But eventually, she pled guilty to 4 felonies. Now, yeah, we just have to wait and see until October 23rd to see what it... Because if she's sentenced as a first offender with any special treatment, now I'm getting mad.
So, Nick, what type of time do you think that she should get?
The Delphi case?
The Laura Owens.
The Laura Owens.
Laura Owens.
What type of time do you think she should get?
I mean, she deserves prison time, but I assume she will get probation. She will get maybe 2 years probation, and eventually, probably as a first offender, she can, if she abides by all the rules of the probation, she has the opportunity to get it expunged after that.
With 4 felonies, Nick?
Yeah.
How
It
can
wouldn't
you
surprise
be
me at all.
probation with 4 felonies of claiming to be pregnant and them with twins and going around flooding, doing all this extra stuff she was doing?
Yeah. Now, if she had been convicted of everything, she was looking up at a combined up towards 30 years. But if she pleads guilty to 4 of the lesser felonies, because she was charged with 14 felonies, and if she only pleads guilty to 4 of them, well, she's still a felon. That is what speaks against this maybe getting expunged eventually, because it's not misdemeanors, it's felonies. But
Well,
I
and
still
I
expect.
thought
Yeah,
I thought she was precluded from the first offender status. I thought even with the plea that she was going to be considered a habitual offender, and
yeah.
there was going to be kind of the aggravator, or at least kind of they were going to be labeled under she's a habitual or this is a pattern of behavior.
Yeah. Now that if this went to trial, she was charged with one of the Arizona special rules as a repeat offender, first time court. But if she pleads
Okay.
guilty to 4 felonies, out of that kind of goes away.
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
Yeah. So
And how many times y'all say she scammed dudes and said that? How many times y'all say she scammed dudes and said that she had twins? Can y'all hear me real good? Because they told me my volume was low.
Yeah. Since she met Mike Marcini back in 2014. Now, then they dated for a while. Then he told her to fuck off, and then it was when his hell began, and that is what, like, back in 2015. She didn't file the restraining order until 2017, if I remember correctly, an ex parte restraining order. And since then, you have Mike Marcini, Greg Gillespie, and then Clayton Eckert, 3 named persons. We know of another one who doesn't want to be involved at all in this. And there are probably more, including but not limited to a poor guy in New York who she apparently met through a dating site and then used that to claim that, no, I can't do this thing in this hearing because I was raped in New York by this guy, a named guy who probably had nothing to do with anything. She just used him to claim she was raped.
Yeah, she needs to be, this needs to be taken seriously, and that's the only reason that I think she will go to jail. I think she's been so egregious, and this has been a decades-long campaign against some of the victims, like Mike Maraschini and Gillespie. This has been years and years. They have to stop their life, every 2 years to fight against a protection order that is not necessary.
Yeah.
A protection order. So she had a protection order on these guys, Mo?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, so this was a crazy lunatic.
Oh, you have no idea.
Oh my God. Oh, wow. So I'm with you, Mo. They need to take this serious, right? Because this is nothing to be played with, because you shouldn't be able to do another human being like this at all.
Yeah.
Well, and it pisses me off from the guys' perspectives, because look, I know that there are plenty of men. Once you hear that you might be a father, to make it seem like men don't care or they would be willing to sacrifice their children to not be bothered, it is so disrespectful, because yes, there are bad dads that don't pay or don't stay, but there are also really, really good dads that are fathers from the moment that stick turns, with 2 lines. And to discount the grief that fathers go through when there's a loss or things like that, it's so gross.
Yeah. Mo. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Mr. Starro. I'm sorry.
No. I mean, Greg And Mike lost out on job opportunities because every time they did a background check, they had these restraining orders against them. Fraudulently filed restraining orders because Laura Owens can't accept a no. She can't accept rejection. So in her mind, they need to be punished for rejecting her. So she filed these fraudulent restraining orders. She pretends to be pregnant. She terrorizes them and has been terrorizing these guys for years. But this conviction here is, at least now, every time she tries to file something, they can say, well, this is who she is.
But can I ask you something, Mr. Starro and Mo? Does this really mean something if she doesn't do any jail time? Because this is egregious. And Mo, calm down. I want to thank you, Mo, for saying that how men get a injustice. It's like women get injustice too, but it's stereotypes, and this is one of them. It's great fathers out here like myself who take care of their child every day. I'm just saying. Thank you.
Well, yeah, and to deny fathers that heartbreak too, it's not easy. I don't. It's not my story to tell, but the fathers grieve just as much as the moms do, and they have to be strong and they have to be supportive. So my heart goes out to, fathers who deal with the loss too, because it comes down to just being human and having a heart.
Yeah. Yeah. And Laura Owens Laura Owens is what I call a cluster B personality. It doesn't matter to a cluster B personality who's at fault, because they are themselves never at fault, which makes them justify to themselves, I can do this because they deserve it. It's their fault, therefore I must do this to them. And you have more famous cluster B personalities like Amber Heard, Sarah Boone, Jodi Arias, and to some extent, what's her face? Lori Wallow. Those are the cluster B personalities. Now, they are different types of cluster B personalities, because it is my strong belief that if Amber Heard and Johnny Depp weren't famous, Johnny Depp might be dead today.
Golly. Oh, wait, Nick. Oh my. You talking about in the nail in the coffin again. Nick, oh my.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. We have forgotten that every human is capable of toxic behavior. And just because you're a woman doesn't mean you can't be every bit as predatory. It is ridiculous. And the fact that she could file paternity suits without having to show proof of pregnancy or anything, I think is an oversight.
No proof?
Yeah. No, she faked every pregnancy test.
Hold on. So they let the restraining orders go through with no proof.
No proof, only her word. And here's one interesting thing. She had access to some type of medication that when she injected herself with that, it produced a hormone that could make a pregnancy test positive. So she injected herself. Now there's evidence of her purchasing this to inject herself to falsify a positive pregnancy test. She never went to an OB/GYN, gynecologist, even though she claims she has a cancer survivor. She claims that she has epilepsy. And now she claims she is pregnant with twins, and she has done that at least, as far as we know, at least 4 times. Well, pregnancy twins are always a high risk, especially if you also claim to have an epilepsy diagnosis. And
Yeah,
she
she
never went to a single appointment with an OBGYN.
no, and that is the level of conniving you're dealing with, because the injectable HCG, there
Yeah.
are some actual, reasons you would take that. But the fact that she calculated, connived, and then went over to Clayton's house, took the test and and BS'd him again, it is just so gross. These are lives. It's not a game. And the sad thing is that she is an incredibly pitiable human being. I mean, imagine thinking love is control and that you have to basically hoodwink someone into loving you.
Yeah.
Imagine being that broken. And
Yeah.
had she just been that broken, she'd be pitiable. But then she turned into a monster.
Yeah.
Now, listen. This is where I got to say, this woman deserves serious time, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
She deserves, and it's my opinion. Like Nick says, she might not get it. If she don't get it, this is another injustice, ladies and gentlemen. She deserves serious time. You don't play with with kids.
Yeah. No.
Hold on. That's just like a woman playing with a man when his kids won't let him sin and he's a great father. Don't do that. Man, she deserves serious time.
Yeah. Now, this will lead to, every time she tries to pull one of these things off, because in my opinion, she won't stop. She will still do these things. But now every time they can point to this, she is a convicted felon. She admitted that she's a fraud, that she scams, and that she fakes pregnancies, and that she perjures herself. But she won't stop. So every time
No.
she finds something, somebody has to pay a lawyer to file a reply to that crap. Now, there is in Arizona currently a case against her to, what do you call it? To make her into a vexatious litigant. Yeah. Now, if that is approved, she has to, a few of the conditions are that she has to get approval from the court to even file it. And if she still files it, she has to put up a bond for opposing parties' court costs. But that only applies to Arizona, not California or anywhere else. We might see her just leaving the state. But then again, she has never worked a day in her life. She's been leeching off her dad's fortune, and now his dad's fortune is gone. They filed for bankruptcy. Now that was dismissed because they refused to file the correct paperwork and everything. Her dad is a famous radio host in the 80s, 90s, and early noughts, who had an absolute fortune, and it's all gone. He now has to rely on, the poor thing, on a pension. Him and his wife has a combined pension of only $21,000 per month.
Yeah, they're having to buy great value.
Yeah.
Is this one of her victims?
No, that's her parents. So her parents are guaranteed a pension of $21,000 a month, but filed for bankruptcy because they are so horrifically awful with money.
So you telling me, okay, so now I see what the crazy female dog gets it from. You telling me these people get $21,000? Give me $21,000 a month. They get $21,000 a month and don't know how to roll a dice with it. Oh my, yeah, it's something wrong with their noodles, Mo.
I'm telling you, I'd had a full cow in the freezer. I'd spend all the money I want on wigs, and I'd still have savings.
Yeah, for $21,000, folks. I'm doing good over here. I mean, I've been doing my type of law for close to 35 years now. I'm doing fine. I don't make in 4 months. What they make in 4 months for their pensions is more than I make as a yearly salary. Yeah. And they have issues with their... They even stopped paying their mortgage because they didn't afford it. With $21,000 a month in pension, guaranteed pension. For fuck's sake.
I just wonder how many times all of them walked out the house and slipped and bumped their stupid head. $21,000, man. That's the biggest slap in the face to all the hardworking people around the world. That's a huge slap in the face.
Yeah, that is almost as much as a certain other streamer is making a month on his streaming, and he uses it to lawfare. And we will talk about that case tomorrow. Now, tomorrow will be a busy day for me because Laura Owens, I will have to address the fact that she has signed a plea deal, which is absolutely surprising to me.
I am shocked. Because she is not one, again, as close to, I think, 3 months from this time, she was in a body cam where they were doing a search warrant for her electronic devices, and she's like, all I did was get pregnant from The Bachelor. Like, she still is she was still married to this I was pregnant thing, at least telling people that.
Yeah, at least telling
people. You
talking
about to The Bachelor on TV?
Yeah, Clayton Eckert was one of Clayton Eckert was one of the Bachelors 5-6 years ago.
So let me ask you: Is this woman attractive?
She was kinda, yeah. But then again, if as in Clayton Eckert's case, if you're alone in the room and you are smoking pot and she offers to go down on you,
yeah, I mean, it's not something you're going to say.
Oh yeah, I forgot to tell
Like,
that. She claims to have gotten pregnant by Clayton via BJ.
Via what?
Yeah, she gave him 2 BJs in the span of a few hours. So
she says she drank some milk. She got pregnant.
Yeah.
Now, seeing as how I've been pregnant 6 times and never had that happen.
Yeah, but again, Mr. Eckert, twice in one night. Yeah, good on you. I mean, cheers to you, Mr. Eckert.
Hey, anything to keep her from talking.
Well, she said, hold up. She said, so she was doing her look, my no hands, and she said she got pregnant.
No, Ray, it gets funnier. They brought an expert to explain how this could have happened, and he's claimed he was a doctor, and he's like, no, in theory, this could totally happen.
Yeah, because if she touched her mouth and then touched her private parts, one swimmer might have gotten in.
Boy, I'm thinking that this dude got he shoot the S a million miles an hour for her to get pregnant. If she was doing her look, my no hands, and she just
the aim was way off. All I'm imagining is Scary Movie, if you remember that. Very crass, but
oh my god. Yeah, hold up. Now listen. This woman deserves serious. No. This woman needs to be in a mental institution. She needs to be this woman is jack shit crazy.
Yes. And here's the thing: since now they are about her parents' home is up for, because their home is valued at around 1.5 mil. They are currently in debt in over 2.3. And her parents' house is worth around 1.5, and it's they are in debt for over, I believe, over 2.3 million.
What the fuck?
Yeah, because of Laura, and yeah, because Laura lives with her parents at age 36, has never had a job. And now they are forced to sell their house, and which after that they will still be in debt. Where's she gonna go? Bitch gonna be
1.5 million?
homeless. Bitch gonna be homeless.
1.5 million? That's what their house is worth?
Yeah.
And you telling me this sick, psychotic, stupid female dog is... You grew up like that and you turned out stupid like that? Man, we can't make this up, y'all.
Oh no, they down because they moved from a bigger estate in California to this smaller, petty 1.5 million estate in Arizona because they were running out of money. Because Laura's actions and her mother's actions and the companies they started to get. Oh, one of the companies they started, they bought a property somewhere, I don't remember where, which they used as an Airbnb. That Airbnb has had, if I remember correctly, about a 1.8 star review because they didn't clean it between guests. And then it went into foreclosure because they didn't pay the mortgage. And that was like a $250 a night Airbnb property. And they fucked it up by not even hiring a cleaning lady. So they had to, it went into foreclosure. And they have the loans and everything. Yeah.
Boy, Forrest Gump said it best, Nick. He say, as stupid is, as stupid does.
Yeah. So here's this poor fellow who was, her father is like 20 years older than her mother. He was, serious radio host legend in the Bay Area.
Who, Laura?
In California.
Laura?
Mr. Ron Owens.
Okay.
And they dried him up completely. And now
So this Laura dad, Ron Owens. Laura dad is Ron Owens?
Yeah.
And he was a serious radio host?
Yeah.
Oh,
for 25 years in the Bay Area in California, making serious money. And now he is 80 years old with Parkinson's and other illnesses. He is about to have his house sold because he's out of money. But still, him and his wife has $21,000 a month in retirement. Guaranteed retirement. For fuck's sake.
So let me ask you this. Forrest Gump, I'm not the smartest man, but where do that 1.5 million go? Do it go to their debt or do it go to them?
Well, if the house on the foreclosure auctions, depending on the money from the sale goes to the lenders because they took out a second mortgage about a couple of years ago, and they paid the mortgage for like 4 or 5 months, and they stopped paying this new mortgage, which was one of the reasons why it spiraled up to now being in debt in 2.3 million.
So, Mr. Starro, how long have they had this house?
They moved there in 2020 or 2021, I think.
So you telling me they paid rent for 4 or 5 months since 2021 and they still there?
Yeah.
Only in America. Only in America.
Yep. Yeah, and I did some videos because here's the thing: when you're into bankruptcy court, you are subjected to the state's bankruptcy attorneys. Those fuckers are scary because they don't care. They really don't. I mean, bankruptcy attorneys and attorneys for the IRS are the two types of attorneys you do not want to come across, because those fuckers are scary. And so they went up against this U.S. trustee attorney named, what was her name? Jaimo. Oh, and she murdered them. Absolutely murdered them. And it was equally impressive and equally scary, because for fuck's sake, if you are doing badly and has to file for bankruptcy, that's the type of attorneys you're up against. That's a whole other breed of attorneys than what you watch on court TV. Whole other breed, because they are salaried. They are only there to extract money for the creditors. And those fuckers are scary.
Yes.
Really, really scary. But in this case, it was very, very enjoyable to hear. Oh.
So I wonder if they, because I know about mortgages and stuff. I wonder if they did the balloon loan or something. Right? But this is what really bothers me, though. You got poor people out here, right? You don't pay their rent for a month, boy. Hey, 15 days later, you out of there. These guys, this $1.5 million house, they've been there for 5.5 years, and they pay rent 4 or 5 times and nothing. Oh my.
Yeah. So something of that effect. I mean, and still, they had a mortgage. Their mortgage, I believe, was like $13,000 a month, which is a really bad deal on a 1.5 million property, in my opinion. I mean, seriously. But they still, their pension alone is $21,000, which means they have $8,000 a month after mortgage. $8,000 a month after mortgage, and they can't make ends meet. Fuckers. There are people who make like, let's see here, 8 times 5 is
40.
There are people out there that makes $40,000 a year who does fine. They have their, if they are renting or owning or anything, but $40,000 a month is not the best salary, but they make ends meet.
Hey, they say
These
drop the link
fuckers,
to channel, Mo.
these fuckers have $8,000 a month after mortgage and can't make ends meet.
And shout out to first/best_GG. I just clicked on it because she dropped your playlist. You got 26 videos on there, Mr. Starro. Oh, I can't wait. You don't mind, do you? I can't wait if I cover that, right?
Yeah, I mean, I have played. Let's see. Playlist. Let's see here. The Delphi case. I have like 26 videos on just on the Laura Owens case. Let's see.
Man, I can't believe this shit. Like, it's nothing like other case that I'm covering right now, that I'm getting new to on Richard Allen. But this is bad. Like for the man in general, like, because they don't get a first take. Just like I said about Richard Allen. Why is it? Because the way he looked? Man, fuck y'all. He a fucking Army veteran. That should deserve the proper fucking respect. I'm sorry, y'all. I apologize.
Yeah. On the Delphi case alone, I have 95 videos and streams on the playlist.
You got 95 videos, Nick?
on the Delphi case alone, the Rick Allen case.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and where's my YSL playlist? 316 on the YSL trial. I have close to 2,000 streams. I passed 2,000 videos and streams on my channel.
Well, that's called hard work dedication right there, Mr. Hard Work Dedication.
And that is in 4 years, or soon to be 4 years.
That's stunningly amazing. And Nick, I'm sorry, I heard you said you in the law field.
Yeah, I work within the union over here and labor and employment law. I'm not a lawyer, I'm a jurist, which means I don't actually am in court. I don't work as a lawyer. I'm a jurist. I have a law degree, but I use that as a negotiator, mitigator, and evaluator.
On what type of cases?
Personal injuries, if something happens in workplace. I do major, when companies merger, I'm involved in that.
But I wish I could be a fly on the wall for them negotiations when it comes to that, because I know it'd be crazy on Nick.
Yeah, one of the biggest, one of my biggest cases was a factory closed down. 250 workers was let go, and in the settlement, I got them the equivalent of $20 million in worth.
Oh my God, boy! Jesus, 20 M's?
Yeah.
For 250 people? Boy, I need to do the math on that. Now, I know what the math is. They're paid. That's the math.
They're paid. I mean, they got a 6-month period of which the company still paid them as they were applying for new jobs. Then on top of that, depending on age and years of employment, they got up towards 18 months of salaries. But it depends. I mean, the average, I believe, was 10-month salaries as a going away gift or something of the sort. And on top of that, I got them education funds. So each person could apply for up towards $30,000 of, I need a truck driver's license, I need a bus driver's license, I want to, whatever, more or less whatever they wanted to make it easier for them to get a new job. So in combination. Yep.
So you said you got them 20 million, right? So where did y'all start at first if they got 20 million?
The first offer from that company was they are already paid. We don't have to give them. We don't have to give them anything.
I'm talking about, you said 20 million between 250 people, right?
Yep.
So I'm saying, did y'all have a bigger number than that y'all wanted at first?
No, I never gave an actual number. The negotiations were first, we don't have to pay them anything on top of their normal salary until the factory closes down in a year. And I said, "Oh, really? How are you expecting them to stay?"
Oh, wow.
Yeah, because if they know they are out of a job in a year, why would they stay?
Facts.
So that is how it started with them. Yeah, we yada yada yada, and back and forth. The negotiations took about 5 months, and eventually I got them quite a good deal.
Boy, I would have been like Dorothy from The Wizard of Oz, jumping up and clicking my feet, saying, "Ain't no place like home." And that $20 million. Oh my! Hey, salute to you, Nick, man. Salute.
Yeah. Problem with that, I'm salaried. I did not get a cut out of it.
Oh, you didn't get a percentage, Nick?
No, I'm salaried. I'm a union guy.
Ooh.
Hey guys, I gotta bounce because I've got to use the restroom and go to
I
another
mean,
stream.
I need to wrap up here.
I will catch you guys next week. And thanks for having me on, Nick. And good to see you, Ray. Have a great week.
You too. You have a great week too.
I'm out, y'all. I'll be on
Okay.
another stream. It's not like I'm leaving.
Yeah, it's almost 2 a.m. and I have to wrap this up. Folks, thank you to Mo. Thank you to R&R. Thank you to Ray. Folks, thank you for listening in. You know what to do. Hit the thumbs up, subscribe to my guests and everything. And I will see you back here tomorrow where I will go through what we know about the Laura Owens plea deal. Also, the new lawsuit from JLR against Hella, Dali, and others. And so, yeah, tomorrow will be quite a busy day. Folks, from the bottom of my heart, thank you. Thank you to all of you. And I will see you all tomorrow. I might start around noon Eastern time. Not a guarantee, but keep your eyes open for that. Let's see. Dun, dun, dun. I think I need to send you off to somebody. Redirect. Dun, dun, dun. Customization, redirect. Who's live? Who's live, folks? Who's live? Oh, Roslyn Duke is live. Let's do Roslyn Duke. Oh, Roslyn Duke is talking about the plea deal. So let's send you over to Roslyn Duke. Folks, again, thank you. And I will see you in the next stream or video. Bye-bye.
Santa Claus, riding in with the winter laws.